My favorite part of yoga is the first few minutes of my practice. Those are moments where I get to close my eyes, shut off from the things that I already know that exist, still my thoughts for a few minutes. From that stillness, I start to create new thoughts, a new life, bigger dreams, wilder dreams, with more people and more things to do, more happiness. And then start to bring it into life by moving and start to feel and bringing in that creativity I just felt in my mind and my heart, but now putting it in my body. It's in that meditation of creating that when I open my eyes, those things are the things I'm gonna see the most because I'm in that mindset. We're gonna keep pushing that left hip back. That's it, you got it, Debbie. Now each time you waver, it's your commitment. Inhale, lift it all the way back up. Let's keep the legs wide. Take that arm still forward.
You know, I just come out of the yoga class almost a different person than when I came in.
Let's take this arm wide open. Let's do this one. Take it wide open, yep.
Okay.
Yeah, plug your fingers, now go for it.
She always takes you to deeper places with your practice because that's how she teaches. It's not just moving your body, it's very holistic, involving your mind and your heart and your soul. She's really encouraging you to bring it all together.
Yoga means to me yoking our thinking minds, our feeling hearts with our moving bodies. And when we bring those three aspects together and we become congruent, that's when our yoga starts to take off. That's when it starts to be a part of our life. When I step off my mat, that's when it matters. How nice am I to my kid? How patient? Did I explain something to him fully? How nice am I to my neighbors? How do I treat my staff? How do I treat people that I'm not even talking to, but I'm thinking about them? That's yoga.
I've never seen a yoga instructor like Rachel. She just lights a fire like none of the other instructors I've seen.
No two classes are alike. One day she could be extremely gentle and another day she presses our envelopes a little bit and has us do things we've never experienced before, which helps break it up and make it a lot of fun.
She inspires me every day when I take the yoga classes. Her energy, her enthusiasm, her ability to take things out of life that we all don't maybe even see or appreciate.
I always like to bring in an emotional or a theme-based emphasis in every class. So instead of just moving for the sake of getting our bodies to feel good, we're also moving to start letting go old emotion that's in our bodies that's keeping us from living to our fullest. We start like this all the time, and it's because it's such a great pose to just get an opportunity to see what kind of body did you wake up this morning with.
She's in tune with her body, so she knows how to make you in tune with your body, to get you thinking about certain things that you need to work on.
She's way more hands-on than I expected. Somehow she manages to go around each individual, and when I say hands-on, like she's helping with the adjustment.
When they're moving, I'm looking at them, helping them figure out, are they in good alignment? Is this gonna help or injure them? That's why I like to continuously walk through the room, get my hands on people's bodies, understand what's going on in their body, versus being in the front of the room just doing my practice, and I hope you're following along. Yes, that's how lower you get to come. Lift them up, just no hands. Yeah, like mama, no hands, there you go. So we use more of our back muscles, and you open up through your gut. Go ahead, release it, right on down, and rest. Good job.
I love that she'll just come over and just kind of give me that nudge and I'll be like, oh, okay, I got it now.
Keep widening the knees. It's a lot of work. Inhale, lift it all the way up, and let go.
When she comes over to me, I know that she's going to get my body in proper alignment.
When you can really sit down and help someone understand, like, hey, here's how your knee is supposed to work without it getting tweaked. And here's how your hips actually can open more if we just move this little part of your body 1 inch in that direction. Then people find they have so much more access to their mobility and their agility than they ever thought they had in the first place. Breathe into that spot right behind your heart, Connie. And so feeling so full, you guys have it. Let's take the right leg high. Take it as high as you'd like to.
I'm floored that she always has more to give.
Rachel's approach is multifaceted, not just with the alignment, but aligning your mind and your sense of yourself.
She took the time to get to know who I was. She asked me a lot about myself, and she could identify with me when I told her some of my health issues.
I had a very ill childhood. So by the time I was 12, I had hyperglycemia. By the time I was 14, I had major arthritis. It hurt so bad to walk, to bend, to sit, to get up. By the time I was 15, 16 years old, I was on Prozac. I was clinically depressed. By the time I was 17, I had 17 ovarian cysts. 2 of them burst. I was hospitalized for both. And by the time I was 19, I had the beginnings of colon cancer, and I was having about 1 bowel movement, if it's not TMI, about once every week to 2 weeks. So life really sucked. And life was hard, and my body was not healthy, and I was not agile, and I was not flexible, I was not strong. And ultimately, I was not happy. I was on a lot of pills, I was on a lot of medication, I was looking ahead at what people were doing for cancer. That didn't really look like a great option. So I thought, well, I'll check into this alternative medicine stuff. And I had an angel in my life, somebody that took me in and helped take care of me for the next 3 years of my life. And through that, I changed my entire life. So I changed what I put in my mouth, how well I ate. If it wasn't super nutritious, it didn't go in. I changed how I moved my body, how I started to be able to move. So I was at a point where I couldn't even use my legs very much. The arthritis was so bad. Well, of course that was stemmed from what I was eating. So as I started eating better, I started feeling a little better. I got to move more, and I started to change the way I thought. I started to rewrite the belief systems that were inside my mind that were keeping me from moving forward. And not that all my choices came overnight. They didn't. There was definitely a series of steps, and it took some time. But in hindsight, it really didn't take that long. When I was in it, it was taking forever. Now in hindsight, I'm like, oh, it's just 3 years of my life. And yet, I have a life because of those 3 years of my life.
We give all the time, but we don't realize that if we don't replenish ourselves, we can't just keep giving. And so Rachel says, you know, I have to take care of myself also so that she can help others too.
We're preparing our bodies for opportunity today, for options, for life to happen. Let's come into crouching cat. As you bend your knees a little bit, gaze forward at your hands.
Rachel is a very special lady. She's wise beyond her years. She's really open, which is rare.
She's so genuine and welcoming and warm.
I would follow her anywhere, to be honest with you. She's just a great instructor and a great person.
Just approachable, so approachable and caring. And like to this day, I love her to death. I feel like she saved me.
And as we bow into our own hearts, we bow into our own selves, we bow into one another, and we bow into all that which is so much bigger than us. There's been no time that we know of in history where we've had this much access to information, and there hasn't been, that we know of, a time in history that we've had access to so much self-empowerment, that we have access to people who support us, and where we can join groups that support us, and that we have the tools that we can have in our own home to help us do whatever we want to do. We have more opportunity today than we've ever had before. And it's our own responsibility and magnificence to be able to tap into that. Both arms all the way up to the sky. Take it on up there. You feel victorious. Feel victory? Bring it into your heart. That's where it lives and that's where it thrives. My long-term goal as far as like 5 or 10 years down the road and what I'm working on now is to be able to still just honing in on these skill sets about how to teach different types of people in larger and larger and larger settings, and being able to take that to larger venues to be able to affect more people at one time. And not that a one-on-one experience isn't powerful, but why not 100? Why not 300? Why not 3,000? So if I'm gonna give energy to 3 people, I can give that same amount of energy to 3,000 people. Now, let's be powerful. Keep that back leg up, lift your hips even higher. That's it, nice. And then Connie, left hip draw back. Yeah, like right there, beautiful, big breath. You feel that coming in? What's that? I don't know, what is it? Confidence, trust, love, adaptability? You got a word, draw it in. I think the driving inspiration that moves me to want to teach is when I see someone's eyes glaze over, and they're tired, and they're sad, and maybe they have little hope in their life for where they are. And it moves me to want to help them move their body and breathe deeper and show them that there are mental as well as emotional tools that can help them live their lives so much more fully. I remember what it was like to be down, to be depressed, and to be sick. And someone held that vision for me. And I just knew that if someone could hold that vision for me and I got through it, I wanted to hold that vision for other people. And so when I get up in the morning, I'm truly thinking about, who do I get to help today? Who do I get to be inspirational for? Who do I get to smile at that it's going to matter to? That's what moves me.